This is a story about Belva, a French girl from Paris who recently moved to Indonesia with her family. Belva is experiencing what we call culture shock, a feeling of disorientation when exposed to a different cultural environment. Let's see how Belva's interactions with her new friends, Aisha and Prilly, unfold.
Hey Belva, wanna hang out right now? We thought we could give you a tour of Jakarta.
Let's grab something to eat. You must be hungry.
Here we see Aisha and Prilly engaging in what we call intercultural communication. This is the process of sharing and interpreting messages between people of different cultures. Notice their welcoming tone and effort to make Belva comfortable.
Sure, I'd love that. There's so many dishes. But wait, why aren't there forks or knives? Ew! You're eating with your hands? That's so gross. In France, we never do that.
In Indonesia, eating with our hands is common, even considered as more traditional, especially with dishes like nasi padang.
It's not hygienic. I don't understand how anyone can enjoy this.
Here, we observe ethnocentrism, where Belva judges Aisha and Prilly's culture practice, based on her own cultural norms. This can lead to misunderstandings and even offend others. Effective intercultural communication requires being open-minded and avoiding snap judgments.
Oh, so full.
Mas, boleh minta bill?
This is so cheap. Back in France, this would be 10 times more expensive.
Food here is affordable and delicious. You can eat well without spending too much.
No wonder people eat with their hands if everything is this cheap.
Belv, that's enough! Economic differences can also be a source of culture shock. For Belva, discovering affordable food prices is a surprise, but her remarks can come across as disrespectful.
Did you see that? A woman just smiled at me for no reason. That's so creepy.
Creepy? She's just being friendly. That's just how people are in Indonesia.
Yeah, it's called drama or hospitable. Smiling is a way to show kindness.
Kindness or fake politeness, it's so weird.
Belva, it's just how people show they care. Maybe she could try smiling back.
Belva's reaction highlights cultural relativism, which is the opposite of ethnocentrism. Instead of judging others, we should try to understand their behaviors within the context of their culture.
What's that sound? It's so loud. Is it like an emergency or something?
No, Belva, that's azan. That's the call time to prayer for Muslims that happens 5 times a day.
Yeah, since most of Indonesians are Muslim, you hear it often. It's part of daily life.
It's so disruptive though. Don't people get annoyed by it?
The azan represents a significant cultural and religious practice in Indonesia. For someone unfamiliar, it can be surprising, but understanding its importance helps bridge cultural gaps.
So hot here. How do everyone survive this weather?
Well, it's Jakarta, but there's a lot of cold drink for you to cool down.
Or maybe you could try bringing fans next time.
Maybe I should just move into a freezer next time.
Climate differences can be a major source of culture shock, especially when adjusting from a temperate to a tropical climate. Adapting involves small lifestyle changes.
There's so many motorcycles, and why is everyone honking? The traffic is insane.
That's Jakarta for you. Motorcycles are the fastest way to move around, and honking is a way to communicate on the road.
This is just chaos. Back in France, we have proper traffic rules.
We also have buses, but you'll need to learn some basic phrases to navigate them. Speaking of which, have you picked up any Indonesian words?
Why bother? Everyone should just speak English.
We'll help you. Start with tolong. It means please.
Language barriers and unfamiliar transportation systems can feel overwhelming, but they're an essential part of adapting to a new culture. Learning even a few phrases can go a long way.
I don't get why everything around here has to be different. It's overwhelming.
Belva, it's okay to feel that way, but calling our culture gross and creepy, it's unfair.
We were trying to make you feel welcome, but it seems like you're not willing to try.
Belva is experiencing the frustration stage of culture shock. This stage is characterized by negative feelings towards the unfamiliar culture, but it's also an opportunity for growth and adaptation. Maybe I was too harsh on them. They were just trying to help me. I better go apologize to them. Okay, I want to apologize for how I acted earlier. I was just overwhelmed, but that is no excuse of being rude. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, we understand, Belva. It's not easy to adjust to a new culture.
But it means a lot that you're willing to try.
I am. And I even learned a few words like terima kasih and maaf.
This moment represents the adjustment of culture shock or acculturation, where individuals begin to understand and embrace the new culture. By apologizing and making an effort, Belva shows her willingness to grow and connect with her friends.
The best thing here. I promise I won't complain this time.
And let's get external. It's sweet and perfect for this weather.
Belva has moved into the adaptation stage of culture shock. By embracing the differences and stepping out of her comfort zone, she's forming meaningful connections and truly experiencing the richness of Indonesian culture.
Today, I realized that differences aren't bad. They're what make life interesting. Aisha and Purdy have been so patient with me, and I'm grateful for their friendship. Indonesia is starting to feel a little more like home. Oh, and I've been learning Indonesian culture more from YouTube. Aisha and Prilly suggested to utilize the digital media to study more about the cultural differences around the world. I will be familiar with Indonesian culture in no time. Belva's journey reminds us that adapting to a new culture takes time, effort, and an open mind. Through understanding and respect, we can bridge cultural divides and build lasting relationships.